Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Object 261. It's the Tier 10 Soviet SPG. It's located on the eastbourne of Malinovka Encounter, and this one is under the command of General Disturbance. Yes, it's one of my replays, and just the other day I was trying to complete all of the Jason Statham missions before the clock ran out. And so I was hurriedly getting them through, and I decided to use the Object 261 on a few games because you can get massive hit rolls using them. Okay, well, game started. We just spotted an FP4005, which I like to call the heat barn, or Hesh barn rather, because it used to fire Hesh. Rounds out. Well, my first shot actually kills the TV5051, and I get the first kill of the game. I couldn't get a shot into the Hesh barn, mainly because he actually went chicken and hid behind that church, and there's not a lot I can do about that. But there are some enemy tanks already at the top of the hill, and I can certainly do something about them. Now, it's an 18cm howitzer, and that shell hits the 121 and also damages the Object 430U, and I've picked up a load of stun assists as well from my teammates in the other Arty, the M53, M55. Now, it's capable of doing 800 alpha, 45mm per pin, 9.5 meters on the burst radius, between 12 and 29 seconds of stun. Rounds out, hits the AMX M454, who was wagging his barrel at our teammates, and I thought, that's not very friendly. Trying to teach them a lesson, are we? Watch him, he was wagging his barrel, and I didn't like that, so I thought, right, I'm going to have you. There he goes, he's wagging his barrel at us. So, you're next. Well, that tracks him in place, and he can't use his repair kit, and he goes down. So, yeah, it didn't get you anywhere, did it? Sending naughty messages. Okay, M48 pattern the next shot. The standard reload is 13.68 seconds. I've got 25.12. I'm lining up my next shot on this M48 pattern. Rounds out. Well, it landed alongside him for 278, and he got stunned. And I'm getting more stun assist, racking it up. Okay, he's moving that wreck around, and oh, we got another kill. So now I'm going for the CC1 Mark II, and I've remarked him as my primary target. You know how this goes. You mark a target, you hit the target, and then your teammates start whacking the shells in. And there you go. You've picked up 1,460 stun assists just like that. I've marked the Object 430 as my next target, and my teammates can see that, so they know I'm going for him. Adjusting my aim to fit the way he's pulling back. Only a few seconds still to go. Line it up, work out where he's going, and there, rounds out. And he's out the game altogether with that shot. So I've got my second kill. Well, the enemy are falling back quite rapidly. Their Hesh barn just got wiped out. We're now looking in the forest for the remaining enemy. They're 4 down on at this moment, and I can see a Wizzy 114. I've marked the sharp U2, but I was hoping my teammates would hit that guy. But I got a direct hit on the Wizzy, and I got some more stun assist. You can see the tree being knocked down as he pulls back, but I think there's still somebody in that general area. It probably is the Wizzy, but it might be somebody else. There's the other person. It's the Gorilla 15, and he dies before I can get the shot out. And I fire at the Wizzy, but my shell arrives too late because our team have now really gone on a rampage. There's only 4 enemies left, 2 Arty and 2 tanks, 2 sharp U2-4s, and their Arty, which is a T92 HMC, and the Batchat 155-55. There's one of the Shahs. We can see him here, lining up the shot, working out where he's going, and I fired into the gap and did get some splash, but no stun, I'm afraid. And I'm going to still focus on the Shah, even though the Arty are now in sight. And he's gone, so I switch over to the Arty, And we see the Shah drowning himself. Yeah, not very clever. And the T-92's already drowned himself. He's already given up. And my last shell goes in, hoping to get stunned. And he's drowned himself as well. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first-class tanker for general disturbance of OLIMP in the Object 261. I got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, I got 11. And I got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on my team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. My win rate wasn't particularly high. It was very good, but not particularly high. 2,427. But that was mainly down to the fact my teammates were working so quickly to kill the enemy tanks. They were rushing in, and the game was all over before we could actually do any more damage. In fact, I hated those tanks that were killing themselves or self-deleting at the end of the game by drowning. You shouldn't do that. No Arty should ever do that. And unfortunately, Arty has a reputation for whenever they go near water for drowning, and that's not true of all Arty, because most Arty will fight to the bitter end and do so just to try and get a few more hit points out of the enemy, even if it's just having to ram the enemy to try and get something that way. If we look at the team score, we can see that I didn't get the highest damage. That went to a Jaeger who got 4,589 hit points. Second highest was the M48 Patton team. We've got a Confederate and 3,169 hit points. And the third highest was the Skoda T50, who got 3,011. The highest that the enemy got was that Object 430U, who got 2,994. When it comes to myself, I got 2,328 hit points of damage. I was beaten by only 2 members of the enemy team, 3 members of my own team, which puts me in 6th place when it comes to damage overall. But when it came to kills, I actually got joint 2nd place, because the top scorer was the Skoda T50 with 3 kills. I managed to get 2 alongside the AMX 1390, the Kampfpanzer 7, and the UDES 1516. Nobody on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill. And in actual fact, only 6 players managed to get kills at all in that game. When it came to base XP, I'm in 2nd place, because the Skoda T50 managed 988, I managed 944, and then in 3rd place we got the Kampfpanzer 7 with 865. And the reason I'm so high is because I got so much assists in that game, because I was marking targets, hitting them, stunning them, and then my teammates were going in there and finishing them off before anybody else could actually hit them. So let's have a look at detail. I only fired 11 shots in that game. Got 6 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, and 13 splash. In fact, as you saw, I got the first kill of the game with that TVP because somebody else tracked him, and then I finished him off with that first round. 2,328 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 2, so there's the Confederate. 221 hit points of damage assistance, and 2,972 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns. Yes, as soon as I mark a target, my teammates know the shell's going to hit that tank very, very shortly. And the moment it does, then they all go to attack it straight away because they know it's defenseless. So yes, it really does work, marking the target and then hitting it. The only exception, of course, I did was that Shah Future 4, and he ran away very quickly. So I was hoping my teammates would shoot that guy to slow him down a little. I knew the Wizzy 114 was definitely defending, but the Shah, well, he was obviously trying to get back as quickly as possible, so he needed some shells in him. So I was hoping my teammates would follow the indicator and show that, yeah, I was going to go after that one. 107,773 credits profit from one game, 7 bonds because it was tier 10, and I also got 10,620 experience points out of it as well. God, the game only lasted 5 minutes, 10 seconds, but it was a classic example of how Arty can take control of the battle. If you hit the enemy and keep hitting them hard enough and stunning them and marking the targets as the enemy fall back down the hill on Malinovka, when they realize that they're under that much pressure, then your team could literally follow them just by shooting the tanks that immediately get stunned, and especially if they've got the indicator on top of them showing that that's the next target you're going to hit. they know that they're going to get Arty support, and it really does help them to win the game. So I did this replay for the channel, but the real reason I actually did it was for a Guess the Win 8. Yes, just today we had Steve Walst doing a replay for GR Aldebaran Toro, one of our members. He tried to guess the Win 8 and he actually succeeded. He got not only the correct or nearly the exact Win 8, he also got the win rate as well, very, very close. And so he was able to correctly guess how good GR Aldebaran Toro was, and so he didn't have to pay out any gold. Now I'm going to see if he can do the same for myself, but he probably won't, because he might actually have a lower win rate for me than he actually anticipates, and he might be a surprise when he sees some of the win rates of some of my Arties as opposed to my tank replays, because some of my tank replays are good, but it's mostly my Arty that actually compensates. So although I may have a very low win rate on my tanks, I actually have a very high win rate on my Arty, and that's what balances it out. So let's see if Steve Walsh can actually work out what my win rate is. We've got another a replay featuring on Steve Walsh Guess the Win 8, and it is very funny as well, this contest, because he has to work out exactly, you know, what the win rates and win rates of these tanks and these replays are. And we've sent one in which is probably going to fool him, because it's a Tiger 1 replay with a Pools medal. And well, I don't think he's going to get the win rate right, because he probably never sees that many players like this guy. Well, he might, but he's up against a difficult one. So we'll have to wait and see if he can match it, if he can get it right. But all of these replays appear on our channel before they actually appear on Steve's channel. So you've seen the one with the Dicamax, you've seen the one with the Leffy, the 105 Lef-H 18B2, the Fifi La Pew Pew, because they've appeared on our channel already. So the next one that's going through is the Tiger 1. And of course, yes, you've seen that replay as part of a two-part replay, and that's already appeared on our channel. And now you're going to see mine in about a month's time. I think they were a bit anti-Arty, as you might expect, actually, on this channel, for seeing an Arty replay and commenting on it, because they couldn't believe some of the blind shots that GR Aldebaran Toro was getting. He literally blind killed two tanks or blind hit two tanks in that game. And he did incredibly well in that game, of course. That was the one where he got the top gun on Prokhorovka. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please give it a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.